Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a shop GUI with 2 tabs. Basically, I've already done this before, and yeah, this is the thing, but I'm going to redo it and make it better. So let's play the game and see how it looks right now. So as you can see, if you click on the shop, I forgot I put that picture there. That's hilarious. And if you click on the other tab, yep, basically that's it. Yeah, that's an interesting way to close it. But I feel like the updated version should have an X at the top over here, so you can just X it out whenever you like it. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start off by first designing the GUI. So you want to go into Start a GUI, click on the plus button, and click on Screen GUI. After you click on the Screen GUI and it shows up, you have to click on the plus and insert a frame. Just search it up. Or a scrolling frame, depending on how big you want your shop to be. I'm just going to do a frame. Okay, so we go to the Properties tab. If you don't know where your Properties is, you click on View at the top, and then you click Properties. Okay, so we go to the position of it, and you want to do 0.5 and 0.5. So make sure you set the anchor point, set it to 0.5. This may look small, but it's actually really big. It's just the dimensions of, I don't know, my game, I guess. Okay, so let's name it main. Let's name it main. That is the main frame. Okay, then inside your frame, you're gonna insert a. You can do a picture or you can do just text. I'm gonna do a picture and text. So here I'm gonna select the text button. There we go. But first, let's edit the frame to change the color, make it look appealing. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to my image label, my image button actually. I'm gonna change the size to a 3. That's a good size. And then the position, this is where I change it to 1. There we go. Then we're gonna change this position. I don't really want it to be on the edge, so I'm gonna do a 0.1, a 0.01, like inch away. And from the top, it's also gonna be a 0.01, a 0.002. Let me see. Yeah, that's alright, that's fine. Again, this is just like basic. You can do, obviously you can make yours look better, so. Change the name to buy. Change the text to buy. Text scale, there we go. And if you want, you could even change the font. I would just do Patrick Hand. Let's just go to the random images in the toolbox. We're gonna do this one. What you're gonna do is when you get an image, you just go click on this texture up here, you copy it. And then you go back to the image label and you look for where it says image. There it goes right here. And then you paste it in. Boom. That's your image. 0.2 and a 0.4. What you don't want to do is have your size on these two values, because basically if you go on a phone or a computer, the shop is going to look different. It's not going to be in the middle. It's not going to look the exact same. But if you use the first two values, then whatever device you use, it will be the exact same. So this is why we're using the scalar values instead of the last two. Now we have to add the button to actually click on the main GUI. So let's insert a text button. And we're going to put it into the screen GUI. We're going to name it main opener. This button is going to open this GUI. We're going to size it at a 0.3 and a point and a 1 actually. No, a 0.1. Okay. And then a 2. Okay, sure. I feel like that's still too big. Like a 15, yeah. And then a 0.5. 0.05. Okay, so that's my size. I'm going to leave it like that. Then I'm going to position it to be over here. So that's like a 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.35. Oh, I don't know what just happened. I don't like it touching. I'm going to do a 0.21. Okay, cool. We're going to move it right next to it. We're going to move it a position to a 53. No, okay. A 5. Let me just see what would happen if I made it. No, yeah, that's pretty good. If I were to make 3 tabs, which you can do, but I'm only showing 2 because basically the second step is just what you would have to repeat if you wanted to make another tab or however many tabs you want to do. We're going to name this one, what should we sell? Well, since we're doing faces, I guess we can do clothes, outfits, I guess. Or I don't know. I feel like tools would be better. We'll do tools. That would be the name of it. Text. And the name would be second. Okay, now we're going to copy this GY. Actually, no, we're going to make a whole nother GY. This time it's going to be a scrolling frame. Just in case you do want to make a scrolling frame GUI, I'll have it here for you. I'm just going to copy the size. I think it's a little different if you do a scrolling frame though. Or at least it. Okay, yeah, we'll leave it as a 1. Then we're just going to click on 1, hold shift, and then click on the rest to select all of them and change them all to 1. There we go. Solid. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Just a little bit. This one's cut off by the angle. We're going to change that. Okay, 7.6 is good. Okay, cool. We're good. We're going to leave it like that. That's fine. Then we're just going to change all the textures to tools. And there you go. We got all of them. All of our images. Let's name them. Basically, if you do not give them specific names when you're writing the script, you might get confused which one is like the hammer, which one is the wrench. So that's why we give them names so we don't get confused and the script doesn't get confused. Now we just have to code them. Oh wait, we're also going to insert an X button. So we're going to do another text button. And we're going to name it X. We're going to leave that as our exit. So let's name this exit or close. We also have to make an open. Let's make an open one. Another text button. We'll name this one open. And let's put it like down here. Shrink the size a little bit. Okay, now let's start the actual scripting part. Okay, we're going to click on the add. We're going to click on local script. We're going to delete everything in here. We're going to do script dot parent, which would be the open button, the mouse button, one click, connect function. Then you want to click enter. So at that point, after you click on this button, whatever we write next will happen. So when we click on the open button, we want the main GUI to open up first. This is what we want first to open. So we're going to do script.parent, which is this again, .parent, which would then move to the screen GUI. And then we're going to do find first child, main, because we're looking for main. So we're going to do main. There we go, which is this frame. And after it gets this frame, we want it to change the frame from being invisible to visible. So we're going to do dot visible equals true. That's what we're going to do. But that's not all we're going to do. We want main to be visible, but we also want the main opener and the second to be visible. We're going to do script.parent, go and find first child, main opener, dot visible equals true. We want that to be true too. If you click on the main opener, look at it. It also has a visible right here. So it'll change it from not being visible to it being visible. And then we want the script.parent, find first child, second, because that is the second button that will open the next tab. We want that to be visible also. And last but not least, we want the close button to be visible too. Close dot visible equals true. So we want all three of these buttons and this frame to be visible when we click on the open button. But we also want the open button to disappear. So I want the script.parent.visible equals false. So we'll change this from being visible to not visible. That means when you're in the shop, you can't just spam the shop button, you know? So it'll be already visible. We want that to disappear. If you don't want your shop button to disappear, you do not have to leave this line in. You could just not include it. It will not do anything towards the script. It will be the same exact thing. Now let's do the close. Let's just copy this and paste it into the close. Now let's do, when this script is clicked, we want it to find main and turn it false. We don't want the main GUI to be now opened. We want main opener to be false. We want second to be false. We want close to be false. We'll change this to scrolling frame. We want the main, the scrolling frame, the main opener, and second to all be false. And then we also want the script .parent itself to be false. So to not show, we don't want the X to show either. So yeah. Now we're going to copy that and we're just going to paste it into second. This is the one that will open the scrolling frame. We want the main no longer to be visible, so we want it to be false. The main opener is still true. The second button is still true. And we're going to change this to scrolling frame. We want the scrolling frame, the second frame, to now be opened. And then the script.visible is the exact same thing as second. Script.parent dot close, we'll change this to close to be visible. We still want the close to be visible. Dot visible equals true. We still want it to be visible. Okay. Now we're just going to copy this and put it into this one. The main opener, we want the main to be visible. We want the main opener to be visible. The second to be visible. The close to be visible. But we want the script.parent, find first child. Oh, hold up. We're going to change this to scrolling frame and turn it to be false. We do not want that to be opened, but we want the main to be opened. So we do not want this to be opened. We want this to be opened. We want this to be opened. We want this to be opened, and we want this to be opened. Okay, let's make sure we did this one right. Okay, we do not want this opened. We want this opened. Script.parent divisible equals true. Okay. We're going to change this one to also script.parent divisible equals true. Okay, cool. So yeah, that should work. Basically, that's simple as that. It's pretty easy. We're just going to go through the scripts one more time so you know. The open script, it looks like this. This is how we will open it. Again, we want, whenever we click on the open button, for everything else to show except the open button itself and the second scrolling frame, the second shop. Okay, and this is how the close button looks. We want everything to show, even the close button. We don't have to worry about the open button because once we close it, the open button will come back. So that's what we need to script in. Script.parent, go and find first child, open, dot visible equals true. We want the open button to now be visible after we close it. Okay. And then we want the second button. It looks like this. Pretty much all just repeats and copies of itself, but with different values of it being true or false. Okay. And then last but not least, we have the main opener. Okay, so let's get in the game and see how it looks. But before we do that, we have to make everything visible, invisible. Oh, that one's already invisible. Okay. Yep, we never said the name was Green Joy in the script, so we can change the name to shop if you like, but you do not have to. Yeah, now let's play the game and see how it goes. So we're going to click on shop. As you can see, the shop button disappears and it opens our first GUI. You can make sure it's your first GUI by going into your players, clicking on player GUIs, clicking on shop, and if you click on main in the properties, you will see that it is visible and that the scrolling frame is not. And then we're going to click on tools. As you can see now, the scrolling frame is visible and main is not. And in the scrolling frame, you could scroll down just like an actual scrolling frame. You could scroll it up or down. You could click back on faces. The scrolling frame is no longer visible and main is visible. Now let me just spam it. Nothing happens. If you spam it here, nothing happens. Now let's click on the X. It disappears and the shop button reappears. Try closing it on this page. Same thing happens. So yeah, that's basically how you make a 2-tab shop GUI. Yeah. Maybe next time for another video, I shall show y'all how to code actually purchasing the items in the shop. Because if you click on the buttons now, they don't actually work. They don't give you anything. In the next video, I will be showing you how to actually purchase these items. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.